Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Mental Odyssey podcast. Today, we are going to be doing yet another episode, and I really think that you guys are going to love the episode that I'm doing for you guys today. Today, I'm going to be sharing 12 habits to help you get out of your lazy era. Now, I didn't want this to be specifically for women, I wanted it to also be for the men as well. So, I actually jotted down some notes for you all. I got my word, okay, because we're gonna be talking a lot in this video. Procrastination. I feel like a lot of us deal with procrastination. A lot of us realize that we have a lot of things that we need to get done that we just don't want to get done. It's called avoidance. We avoid the things that we need to get done, and that's okay. Now, what's not okay is letting it take over your entire life. Now, granted, it's okay to have a relaxed day. It's okay to have a day where you don't want to do shit. I have days like that as well. Like, for example, my work schedule always changes, okay? But like this week, I'm complete and totally off. But my mindset was, "Oh, I'm gonna catch up on sleep. I'm gonna watch movies. I'm gonna eat snack." Now, granted, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that, but doing that every single day and not doing something to better yourself is the problem. Knowing that, okay, you have 2 YouTube channels and you're trying to stay consistent as that is your entire 2024 goal. So, what are you actually going to do? You're going to get up, you're going to put your face on or not, and you're going to create that content. Why? Because my future self will be more proud of me for the consistency and the effort and the time that I'm putting into myself rather than all the times where I look back and was like, damn, I really didn't do anything. I didn't do shit. I didn't even plan out anything. But yet I want to be over here because that's going to leave you here. So, aside from procrastination, there's different things that you can do to break procrastination. And that goes right into my next one, which is vision boards. I love vision boards. A lot of people make yearly vision boards, a lot of people make monthly vision boards. And I like to make monthly vision boards. And what I mean by this is monthly, you set goals that you want to achieve in 30 days. And then after the 30 days, you see, did I achieve them? What did I not achieve? And you take this time to reflect, sit down, and be like, you know what? I did accomplish this. I did learn this. I broke this habit that was hindering my growth, but I didn't do this. Why didn't I do this? What stopped me from doing this? Was I just not into doing this? And that's okay. And then you make that goal your next month. So that way you can try again. And the thing is that a lot of people fail to realize that the second you don't get something right, we get down about it. We downgrade ourselves and we talk down on ourselves and we have this negative mindset, but what we need to do is shift our mindset, which goes into my next thing, which is refresh and shift your mindset. And how do you do that, Kiera? How do you know? Girl, I'm working on it myself. I don't know. Okay. But when it comes to refreshing and shifting your mindset, it's basically training your mind to look at things in a different point of view. It's training yourself to look at it in a different light. Because when you look at it in a different light, you start to realize that there's so much that we cannot control. For example, we're literally on a floating rock in outer space paying bills. What did that one guy said?
You're making us pay for water, you son of a. You're making us pay for grapes, apples, things that God gave us for free.
You know, it's something like that. But you feel me? Like those are things that we cannot control. Why? They're man-made, they're mankind, they're the rules, they're the laws. What the fuck ever. Okay? They still suck ass. Okay? But you get what I mean. But it's basically starting to analyze that you cannot control everything in your life, and you're never going to be able to control everything in your life. And growing up, I was basically kind of around the mindset of it's my way or no way. So when it came to me growing up and it kind of being a my way or no way, it made me feel like, okay, well, maybe what if your way doesn't, what if I don't like your way? What if your way doesn't work out? What if your way is not always right? What if your way does not always have the best outcome for my well being, my mindset, my mental, my emotional well being, and physical well being? And that right there, it gets you stuck in that mindset of, oh, if I can't control this, then I'm not doing this right. I feel like a failure. I feel like I'm worthless. I feel like I'm not doing what I need to do. And that's where we start that downgrading and talking negatively on ourselves rather than looking at it in a different point of view of like, you know what? I was supposed to go to the car wash today, but I got a flat tire. You can't control that. You can't control the potholes. But rather than looking at a different light, is like, okay, you know what? I wasn't able to get my car washed today due to a natural cause that I cannot control, but I can try again tomorrow. I can try again in a couple hours. Okay, get your tire fixed first, but you get what I'm saying. You catch my drift, okay? But like it's things in your life that you can't control and we're not going to be able to control everything on our life nor are we going to know all the answers that we need when we're trying to navigate this thing called life. This American dream. But another thing that I feel like plays an important role is avoiding our responsibilities. Now, this is not exactly procrastination, but I feel like when we know we have to do something, but we're not feeling it. And what I want to say is this goes right back to your mental health. Everybody has days where you just naturally have a bad day, okay? And that's okay. And let me tell you why. It's okay to have an attitude. It's okay to be sad. It is okay to cry. It is okay to not be okay all of the time because you're not going to. We are human. We have different emotions for a reason. It helps us navigate things and better understand things and channel these things. So you're not going to be okay every single day. And that's okay. But the thing that you need to do is you need to keep going. You need to keep pushing. And another thing that I want to say right here, which I feel like is a big one, especially for us younger adults and some older adults, is social media is a lazy habit. For somebody that does YouTube and does social media, it's a lazy habit. We will scroll on YouTube for hours, scroll on TikTok for hours, scroll on Instagram for hours, and half of our day will literally be gone. Like, you're like, oh, I wanted to go get my nails done. I wanted to do this. I want to do that. And you didn't even do it because you're constantly scrolling. You're constantly doing other things rather than what you want to do or need to do. So social media can definitely be it can be I don't want to say it can be lazy, but I can say that it can be a distraction for you. It can be a way of avoidance of doing the things that you want or need to do. So, social media off rip, I'm always going to talk about that. Even though I do social media, it plays an important role with how you decide to dictate things because social media is like the everything now. Like, you can't go anywhere and not see a content creator outside. You can't go anywhere and not see somebody filming a YouTube video in Walmart or Target. Like, so this one that I want to talk about is actually like looking at your better self. What does your better self look like? How do they hold themselves? What do they do? And envision it and implement it. Okay. So you're in this era right now. For example, you're working a job that stresses you out. You're working a job that makes you depressed. You're working a job that literally just drains your energy as a whole. Okay. What does your better self look like? Is your better self still working a job? Has your better self started a business? Is your better self creating content? Is your better self moving out of that state completely for a fresh start? I've done it. I've moved from being comfortable to something that was uncomfortable for me and got adjusted. Adapting to change is a big thing. And not wanting to adapt to change can also cause us to be lazy and avoidant. And that's a thing. What do they look like? How do they hold themselves? How do they decide to go about things and start to implement those things into your life? The next thing I want to say here is meditation. Okay. Meditation helps me, period, point blank. And I can only speak on what I know. Now, meditation helps me personally because it's relaxing, it's stress relieving. And for somebody who is new to meditation, what I can recommend is do a guided meditation. Start off with maybe 5 minutes. You did it, you liked it. Okay. Go to 10 minutes. You liked it, you did it, go to 15. You like it, you did it, go to 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. You feel me? Like, keep upping your intake to get used to something. That is what I mean by adapting to change and starting new habits, which is the next one. You want to realize what is hindering your growth. I know I keep saying this, but it's important. You want to realize what's hindering your growth. What is stopping you from getting to where you want to be? Is it fear? Is it insecurity? Is it just a negative mindset? And a lot of that is caused once again by how our upbringing was in our environment. Because when you're a child, your mind is not developed. Okay. And I don't even think our mind is fully like developed until we're like in our teens. Is basically helping yourself understand that, okay, my mindset was like this, but I know that this is causing me to not be where I want to be. So what can I do? How can I look at this in a more positive light? How can I look at this and reflect it and turn it into a positive rather than negative? For example, this entire podcast, I filmed already. I filmed it already. It was 15 minutes and 56 seconds. I go into edit and the audio was complete and totally muted. How did I take it? But you see how like I took the negative and turned it into a positive and sat here again, refilmed it and re-gave y'all the tea plus more tips. Took a negative and turned it and flipped it into a positive, meaning that this didn't work out. Okay, God's telling me try again. That didn't work out. God's saying do better. God's saying, I like what you did there, but it's time to spice it up a little bit. You feel me? So that right there is an example off rip because you probably be like, oh, we didn't know that you had to refilm this episode. You didn't know because I just told you. Okay, you feel me? So the next thing I want to talk about is journaling. Okay, journaling is really important. I feel like it is old fashioned if you like to write things down. I know I do. I also type it on my iPad or my laptop or my phone or anything like that, but writing things down, I also feel like it helps with your overall brain stimulation and function. And it also helps with memorization because the brain is like, okay, this is not about the brain, but like the brain is like so cool. Like if you think about it, like how it holds memories, how it holds emotions, how it decides to function. Like me talking to you and my hands just automatically moving is my brain saying that, okay, I need to have some sort of motion. "Oh, I'm talking to y'all." You feel me? So, like, that's really, really important. So, journaling doesn't always have to just be about something sad. Journaling doesn't just have to be about feelings, what you experienced. It can even be a goal setting thing. Journaling can also be like, this is how today went. I did this, 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 and this. And then looking back on it a couple months later and being like, wow, in January, I did this, 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 and this. I was so productive. What the hell? Last month, I wasn't doing shit. You feel me? So, journaling is a different way to help you reflect and help you understand. And it helps the brain remember things that you want to do and things that you want to do better on and reflect on and progress on and evolve. The last thing I want to tell you guys, and this is the biggest one, so I saved the best for last, but it's standing on business. The business should not be standing on you. You need to stand on business. And what I mean is that's goal wise, that's yourself wise. And that means, for example, friends, we tend to give them advice and help them navigate through life, but at the same breath, do we implement that advice? Do we take our own advice? Do we even try to think that, okay, they asked us, how do I get out of a stump? But you're in a stump. Did you take the advice? No, but you're giving all this advice and putting this energy into people, not that it's wrong, but you're putting all this energy into people, but you're not putting it into yourself. And that is the problem, because all of that watering you're doing for them to help them blossom and evolve, you need to be doing for yourself as well. And I'm not saying be self entitled, be selfish. No, what I'm saying is I'm using that as an example, meaning if you can give your time to somebody else to help them through something, you can give yourself time to evolve and be the better you that you want to be. Thank you guys so much for watching the Mental Odyssey podcast. I would also like to say that we are at 682 subscribers and we have been thriving. The Mental Odyssey family has been expanding. And I want to say thank you guys so much for sticking with me as this podcast will be reaching new heights. I have a lot of co hosts that are coming back, and I know I've been doing some independently, but it's in the works. You got to plan these things out, kind of like getting out of your lazy era. See what I did there? See what I did there? Okay. But make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to also comment some things that you feel help you be more productive.